Hello everyone, my name is Dee and welcome to my Pick a Card Readings Tarot channel. In this reading we are going to explore the messages that Spirit has been trying to give you, the answers, the signs, the synchronicities to what you've been putting out there, your questions, desiring clarity, desiring direction, desiring guidance. So we are going to use a few different tools in this reading to bring forth these messages and make them very, very clear to you because you've been overlooking some of these things, and Spirit's like, hey, I'm answering, look over here, look over here. So this reading is intended to bring forth images and symbolism that is already significant for you, as well as what comes through in this reading Spirit is going to use to speak to you moving forward. So there are 3 different feathers. Go ahead and decide which feather is calling you. I will start with the first feather. There are timestamps listed for the others below. Hello, feather number 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's get right in and see what Spirit wants to tell you. We're going to start with some letters and see if Spirit will give us any words or any names, all right? And then we're going to pull some charms, and then we're going to pull some cards. And each thing can be a message all on its own. I intend it to be that way. And then everything all together creates a much bigger message. So let's get started with you guys. What are the signs, the messages that they have been overlooking? All right, so our first letter is going to be an E. We're going to start with 4, and then we're going to pull 4 more. All right, and we have a V. So far, energy coming out very balanced. We have a T. And, ooh, we have another T. Okay, so first message with these letters here is you've got to have more patience, and there's a lot to do with timing here with some of the things that you're asking about. Like, other factors have to fall into place because you have 3 consonants and then 1 vowel. And so that is a message from Spirit to me that you need to slow down. And also we have a word here, which is vet. So the word vet could mean many, many different things, right? So what does that mean to you personally? It won't be a message for everybody, but some of you, this is being a veteran of something, or, you know, military veteran, or maybe you're a vet. You've been thinking about going into veterinarian school. You're very connected to animals. Maybe you've been wondering about your pet and like, should I take them in? Maybe that's a sign of yes, okay? Vet is going to mean something very different to each and every one of you. But with that coming out, Spirit's saying, for some, you are much wiser than you give yourself credit for. You need to believe in yourself more, and you need to stand strong in your convictions and feel very empowered. But also remember, you need to allow things the perfect amount of like growth, time to grow, room to move, all things in perfect divine timing. And timing, I know, can be a very frustrating thing, but every step along the way, Spirit will light up your journey. All right, so let's pull some more letters. Oh, you know what? E.T. E.T. Look at that. So what's that? Extraterrestrial. Are you different? Yes, you are. Is that thing you saw in the sky from out of this world? Yes, it is. That's a neat little message there. That's going to go deeper for some of you. All right, let's see what we have now to add. Okay, so we have an S. Oh, look at that. Right away, we have vest. You are protected. Your angels are all around you. Do not fear. There is a lot of protection. You have that, the vest of protection through all the tests that come your way. And with this test, if you have failed something the first time around, Spirit says don't give up. Expand yourself more, evolve yourself more, bring yourself into more knowledge and wisdom, or strengthen yourself in some capacity. If you failed the first time, don't give up. Just spend some time improving self, and the next time you will 100% conquer it. All right, let's see what else we have. Okay, we have a D. And just as I was pulling that, I saw this. Oh, and vet could be a car too, right? Maybe some of you, that's your dream car, and Spirit says you will own that one day. A set. So some of you are desiring a relationship where you find your quote-unquote perfect person, the other half, the pair, the set, the married couple right there. And you, maybe some of you have come off a really heavy divorce and you wonder if I will ever love again, and this would be Spirit saying yes, do not fear, there is love for you out there. Okay, and so now we have an O. And our last letter is going to be an E. Okay, so you've got 2 E's and 2 T's, and there you go. There is your set, okay? And this person could have a name that starts with a T or an E, or you could be a person that has a name that starts with an E or a T, or perhaps one of you is an E name and the other of you is a T name. But we're not excluded from E's and T's. We have V, S, D, and O. So that could play into those of you who have really been asking about a partnership, a divine union for you. And Spirit's like, yeah, there is somebody out there for you, 100% for sure. All right, so these are the letters, and now that we have all of them out, we're still a little heavy on the consonants. We only have 3 vowels, so your timing, it's almost there. All right, it's like things are just slightly out of balance. There are still energies working behind the scenes, and you've got to trust things. I see toes as well as a message here. Some of you really need to treat yourself and go get a pedicure. I also see doze, and with that, that's about being soft and surrendering to the circumstances. And I'm just looking at this. If you see any other words that speak to you here, because there's clearly more than just what I've pointed out, that's a special message from Spirit just to you. That's why they're out here and displayed like this up close, so that you can really look at them and see what Spirit's telling you, because T is going to mean something different to each and every one of you that watches this, right? So just go into the vibes of these different letters and know the main message with this is there's something to do with timing. Yes, you will have a romance, and those of you that are very experienced at something, you've really got to believe in yourself, and you failed a test in the past, like we could have failed a test with the D in the past. You're gonna recover from that, and you are gonna ace it the next time around. Okay, so you just keep looking at those, and I'm gonna start getting into the charms and see what Spirit wants to bring out there. Okay, what do we have? Oh wow, we've got 2 hearts. I'm gonna pull some more since I only pulled 3, but we've got 2 hearts. Okay, so definitely some of you have wondered, is there a love for me? Yes, there is a divine other half for you. And look at that, like here, this is a different design than what's over here. okay? But the E's and the T's, look at how beautiful that is, like depicted, because an E is something different than a T, right? And this half of the heart is different from this half of the heart. So definitely a divine union. And with these two hearts coming out, some of you, it is time to truly follow your heart. Ignite the passion within with this Leo charm coming through. And this says generous. Be generous to yourself. Some of you with this romantic union, this person could be a Leo, but Leo energy is all about our inner fire, our inner passion, our things that interest us, make us happy. It's that fifth house energy, being out in the spotlight, okay? And so if we failed before, don't let that deter you. You will succeed. You will have love here. It's time for you to be out in the spotlight. So hearts going forward is a sign from spirit that yes, you will succeed. And those of you seeking love, that yes, you will find love. And it could be in Leo season. Okay, this person could be a Leo, and if those aren't factors, look to Leo season for messages from spirit. Also, you know, we just had the Leo full moon right before I'm doing this reading, so there is some sort of energy that has manifested in your life under that full moon, and it's going to continue to expand and progress over the next several months. But hearts, and we've got lion, right? That's the symbol of Leo, is the lion. So we've got hearts and lions here, and that's a special message from spirit. So going forward, when you see that, that's spirit symbol saying, hey, you're on the right track, or hey, you need to rethink. And when you see this symbol, you got to ask, you got to stop yourself and ask, okay, what is spirit confirming here? Because sometimes it's confusing, right? But other times it's pretty straightforward and clear. All right, what did we pull? Okay, so we've got Aquarius energy, and this says friendly. So there's some new friends coming in, and you know, here's this pair. You could be a Leo, they could be an Aquarius, or you could be an Aquarius and they could be a Leo. And Leo and Aquarius are on the same axis, so that's very symbolic. And we go back to the timing, like things are truly about timing in your life. And we have the turtle, which is a symbol of you being very wise, but also some things, the best things, take a while, right? Because turtles are slow, so you've just got to be patient and give things time here. And then lastly, very interesting, you're getting this like pair, because we got it set, right? So we have the two hearts, we have two charms that are of the zodiac, and it's interesting because there's only a few of those in like a ton of other charms. And then now we've got the two teeth going on. So this to me is like, you know, what eats you up inside, what is bothering you, what stills your energy, what stills your inner happiness. Because with the two teeth, there's something that is really eating away at you. And some of you, interesting, it could be that you need to take your cat to the vet because they need a teeth clean, or there's something up with their teeth. All right, if you've been wondering about that, definitely get that checked out, just because that came through very like abruptly in the flow of everything else. So anyways, with those teeth, it is time for you to take care of yourself. Also, if your teeth have been hurting or bothering you, or it's been a while since you went to the dentist for a cleansing, it's time. You'll feel better. All right, when your teeth get really dirty, there's extra bacteria, and it can honestly make you not feel good. So if that's the case, some of you, that's a sign from spirit. Like, go to the dentist and get your teeth cleaned, or your cat or your dog, okay? It will make you feel better. It will make them feel better. Things that you've really been trying to bring into fruition and manifestation, Spirit's been trying to tell you that it's timing, it's timing, it's timing. Keep moving forward, keep moving forward. And also this vet energy of you being a veteran at something with these two hearts, you know, if you are really well versed in your current career path, but there is a calling in your heart to start a new venture, this is a sign from Spirit to follow that calling, follow your heart. Even though you're very comfortable and you can do what you do in your sleep where you're at, it is time for new energy for you. And with those teeth, it's time to clear away anything that brings you down, makes you unhappy, you know, that you have the power to change right now, today. And also going back to that divine union, both of you have been through very similar life circumstances of where feeling like you were chewed up and spit out by life multiple times, and it's like it took forever for me to find you. It's like when you guys meet, it's the words out of your mouth is, where have you been all my life? So the divine union, for those of you that have been asking about that, it looks really good. You guys have been through a lot of similar things, and Spirit confirmed it quite strongly here that there is that for you. So let's pull some cards and get some more information from Spirit. Yeah, and I just seen that duet as well. So there's that divine pair. All right, so we've got the bull. Whoa. And that can also represent Taurus, but it is also a bull with its own message about strength and power. Now we have the lobster, which can also represent some Scorpio energy. Man, you have a lot of zodiac energy coming into this reading. Now we have the sunflowers. So along with hearts and turtle and cat, the lion, we have a bull, a lobster, and a sunflower. And now we have angel wings or feathers coming through. And lastly, house. Okay, so you are much stronger than you give yourself credit for. And even if you are very comfortable at what you do, where you're at in life, it's time for you to be rehomed, okay? Rehomed. That's a message coming through. So if you're thinking of a new career, yes. If you're thinking of moving to a new place, yes. And these two totally, like that's the message of this. And you've got to trust that you have the strength and the wisdom and the know-how to branch off. And now here with the sunflower, this is symbolic where it's some of you, it's time, you know, to really branch off and go from what you once were and now blossom and flourish as something new. And for others of you, that goes into this divine union that has come through. And there you guys are, feeling as though you are a pair of sunflowers, because this is honesty and loyalty and positivity. All right. And then here, angelic guidance and protection all around you. And we have that ET, and that can go and speak of the angels in the angelic realm as well. And you have a spirit around you that is very protective of you, is guiding you, and probably the spirit that's like brought all this out, like, hey, I've been trying to talk to you, I've been trying to tell you this stuff, I've been trying to confirm this, but you just don't hear me, or you're not paying attention to me. And now this is about freedom and power, okay? So any sort of big new change that you've been contemplating, Spirit's been saying, yes, yes, do that. Follow your heart. You're feeling that desire for great purpose. And even though in moments you don't feel that you have the strength or the knowing or the stamina to do such a thing, Spirit's like, yeah, you do. Like, you are so much more amazing than you know, and you have this spirit around you guiding you deeply. So from this point forward, bulls, lobsters, sunflowers, angel wings, or feathers are very, very significant, along with hearts and turtles. Okay, when those are popping up very, very frequently in your reality, that is your guide here trying to give you a sign of some kind. And if you think back in recent memory, you may see that these images were trying to show up in your reality in the past, and you maybe just overlooked them if they had no special significant meaning or value to you at the time. But here it is. Spirit's going to speak to you through these these objects. So, as they show up in your life, do Google searches for the deeper spiritual meaning of each thing that is starting to repeat excessively, because that is Spirit speaking to you, answering your questions that you have put out to the universe. So let's pull some tarot. Knight of Wands. The Lovers. Yeah, man. A lot of love going on. Like, those of you that have been asking about love, it's gonna happen. It is gonna happen. No question. Oh my goodness. And it's definitely gonna be a beautiful soulmate connection that you both feel. A lot of water energy existing between the two of you after a bit of loss. Remember, being chewed up and spit out in different situations. You both have been through that, and it's been challenging. And now here we are, Ace of Pentacles. Nice. And aces are always about new energy, right? So what change have you been wanting to make? What direction have you been wanting to go in that you've been asking Spirit? For those of you that's how this reading's resonating, you've got to follow your heart. You have all the strength in the world to do what you need to do. You've just got to really trust your heart and know that your path is blessed. And know that there's this beautiful spirit guide around you, guiding you, keeping you safe, urging you to follow your heart. And that Leo energy, that is your talents, your abilities, your happiness, your passion, and romance as well. And so after struggle and a lot of patience, boom, here it is, the manifestation of what you've been asking for, or what you want, or having success in the rehoming, really making a big change in your life. But there is romance coming, perhaps for some of you, Leo season, Aquarius season, or the summer months with the sunflowers out there. Okay, but there is definitely a romance coming for you guys who have just been asking and waiting and wondering. Spirit's like, yes. And there, some of these images up here will be very symbolic around this person when you meet. Maybe they'll have a sunflower tattoo, or a tattoo of a bowl. I don't think people would typically tattoo a lobster, but you never know. Also, we've got the sea turtle, the lobster, and a lot of water here. So to me, that is a representation of a lot of emotion that's going to be experienced between the two of you, but also maybe living near water or meeting near water of some kind. And it could even be like a water feature, like a fountain in a mall or something like that. All right. But there's like this connection of you and this person meeting near water, or like water having some sort of significance to the meeting. And we do have the Leo and Aquarius down there, but potentially maybe this is a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, just because we do have so much water. But you have a guardian angel protecting you, and these images are going to start showing up, like all of this. And there's words here that you guys saw that I didn't even perceive, and that is the spirit speaking to you, guiding you, trying to tell you everything's going to be okay. There's a lot of happiness coming into your life, you know, success and manifestation. Also, some of you, this is about relationship and connection, and it's going to happen. You have all the strength in the world to do this, and you need not fear whatsoever. All right, so those are your messages. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Hello, feather number 2. We're going to start your reading off by pulling some letters, and we're going to see what words Spirit wants to share with us through the letters, but also what comes out is going to give me a message as well. So let's get started. Okay, your first letter is a T. Next is a P. O. And E. All right, so first word that I saw was top. Okay, so with the top, what is that, you know, when I say top, what does that make you think of? This is, to me, Spirit saying you will be at the top of your game. You will be at the top of what you are looking for. And those of you who consider yourself a poet, it's time to really get into that, because you will get to the top, okay? Funnel all your emotion, all your fire into your work, into your writing, and you will rise to the top. Also, with the word poet, Spirit is saying that sometimes life gives you like little clues and riddles to solve. And once you solve that, or you put all the clues together, the answer is like, oh my gosh, it was always right there in front of me. Okay, so with this poet energy, really think about the little clues that Spirit leaves for you. And we're going to pull some charms and some cards which will help distinguish some of those clues, because this reading is about what you've been overlooking, right? But with the poet energy, it's like Spirit's been leaving you clues, but also speaks to you in riddles. All right, so poet. Also with this, some of you, Spirit's saying it's time to like start speaking into manifestation, or like writing things down into manifestation, what you really want. Like you have to start speaking it, saying it, writing it down, making it much, much more a part of you, because this here, these first few letters are very balanced energies. You have 2 consonants and 2 vowels, so that's very balanced energy. That means that you have everything you need to truly get to the top, okay? And you know, in this reading, and this was also in the first reading, we have this ET energy coming through. And that to me is a message that you have a very special spirit around you that's been guiding you, and you may see things in the sky, or maybe some of you have been questioning if you are a star seed, and that is your confirmation of that, okay? And then we also have toe going on. So the feet ruled by Pisces, and have a lot of nerve endings in them. It's some of you, this is like Spirit saying you need to give yourself some TLC, because when I think of toe, like I see a pedicure going on. All right, some of you, it's time to give yourself some TLC. Pay more attention to your body and what sort of nourishment it's asking for. Do you need more rest? What is your emotional body telling you? Are there some emotions that are not resolved within you? And what's your spirit telling you? What does your spirit need? This is like trying to pull you to your center core so that you can hear your emotions, you can hear your spirit, you can hear your body, and you will know everything it needs. It's like everything is right there around you to create success, and you've just got to really believe in yourself, but also this need to take care of yourself. And then this entity that's around you, this very powerful spirit that is guiding you and very, very protective of you. And then 2, I'm going to the store. I'm going to the top. Okay, that's what I feel. I'm going to the top. And now we have a pet. Some of you would do very well to get a pet. Like a pet would bring you a lot of love and healing, especially those of you that have had a lot of emotional trauma. Getting a pet is magic to your soul. They are energy balancers. And some of you, I feel, have lost a pet. And this is Spirit saying there is something coming up where there's going to be this animal that's in need of a home, and it's going to cross your path. And Spirit says open your heart to that animal, because you and this animal spirit go way back. Okay, so those of you where this animal comes into your life in a very interesting capacity, and you're just like, no, I don't want to own one, or I'm still recovering from a loss of one. This one that comes to you by very odd circumstances, like that is fated to you, you and this animal spirit. So know that. All right, I'm going to pull some more letters. Okay, very interesting. This is a Z, and in the game of Scrabble, that would be 10 points. Yes, you are meant to be at the top for sure. Now we have an S. And an N. And I see zest and I see pesto here. So those of you who have been thinking like of going to culinary school or opening your own restaurant, something along those lines, starting like a cooking YouTube channel or TikTok or Instagram, there you go. That is an absolute yes from Spirit on that. All right, and now we have L. Okay, so I do see this right away. Lost. Some of you are feeling very, very lost, and that's why you're overlooking the signs that Spirit has, been putting out there to you. And I see a ton. If there's like you feel like a ton of weight on your back, and how could I ever get to the top? Looking around your current circumstances, and Spirit saying you just need to find your inner Zen. All right. You need to find that inner balance, and you do that by connecting in with yourself and asking your body what it needs, asking your emotions what they need, asking your spirit what it needs. And again, with that poet energy, speaking what you desire into existence, only speaking of the positive, of success, of accomplishment, of your goals, and not speaking of fear and failure and bad things that happened in the past. Really focusing on the positive of your life and where you want to get to. You are meant to be at the top. And also with that poet energy, Spirit's been leaving you little clues and riddles, okay? So when you're feeling very lost and in the dark, you just need to recapture your inner Zen, and you will find your way back home. You will find the light. You will get back on balance. You will get back on track, okay? And any sort of, and I love it. Like, Spirit's giving you a lot of words here. All right. I see this. It's really time to work on healing and releasing any pent up energy. And also with pent, I see the penthouse suite. And then also look at this, TEN, number 10. So you've got the top, you've got the penthouse suite, you've got 10. And with loss, some of you, it's like you will own a penthouse suite in Los Angeles, okay? In Los Angeles, California, you will own a penthouse suite. And Z, you need to embrace what is unique about you. Even if you feel like an outcast and you feel like you don't always, really fit in with people, it's because you are cut from a different cloth. You are very unique. Spirit wants you to know that. And we also, if we, move the T, we have pen, and that goes back to that poet energy of that, writing or speaking what you desire into existence. Exercise that I used to do a while back was each night before bed, I would write a list of 10 different things that I was grateful for. And as I was writing them, I would truly feel it in my heart and in my soul what I was grateful for. And, there was nothing that wasn't on that list. The air I breathe, waking up today, seeing the sunshine, the, food in my belly, being able to earn a living. And, there was just anything and everything that you can imagine to be grateful for. Feel the gratitude in your heart for that and write it down. There's something about that act and then also speaking it that's really going to balance your energy out, because it's important for you to be in a place of Zen. Your pent up energy really puts you in a place of feeling lost. And Spirit gave us all those words I just used, through these 8 different tiles. There's other words here that you see that I haven't seen or I haven't pointed out. If so, go ahead and, tap into those words and know that that's a special message from Spirit to you. All right. Just because I don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. This is a general reading, so you're going to see things that are meant just for you and nobody else. So here we are, spent, and I'm feeling low. I'm feeling low energy. Spirit says you've just got to go back and find that place for your inner Zen. Okay, top floor lifestyle, penthouse suite, perfect 10, and you're feeling low. And also remember the ET, you have this powerful guide that's around you, and writing, your emotions down, writing your passion out. Like some of you are like screenplay writers, novel writers, a blog. You need to be writing a blog. You could be working for a magazine. Like there's so many of you attracted to this second feather that are meant to be a writer of some kind, or using your voice, like singing or speaking in front of a crowd. Many of you, just because of how powerful this is, that, number 10, top floor lifestyle, success, all of that. Some of you are meant to really be out in the public spotlight, in the public eye through social media, or maybe some of you going much bigger and becoming quite famous. All right, whether as like a news anchor or an actor, actress, a musician, there's an unlimited number of ways in which somebody can become famous and known. And just the energy of your read, I do see that. And, with the Z, that feeling of being lost, being separated, not really fitting in. A lot of people who are famous, their backstory, they will tell you, I was the outcast, I was the misfit. And the outcast and the misfit is because that's an energy that vibes a bit differently than the norm. And there's something special about that energy. And, you know, it's like, if you're not like me, then I want to reject you and push you away. And that's why it's been hard for you to find people that really appreciate you for who and what you are, because you are a very different energy. You're cut from a different cloth, and you are meant to go very big and high in this world. All right. So again, any other, and okay, I do see that. None of you are a loser, right? And some of you, you have to take some L's to get the biggest W's, all right? And some of things that, you know, you lose here, you're gonna come to the realization that what you lost was actually heaven sent, okay? Truly heaven sent, because at the time when we lose something, that's what we're caught up in, the feeling of that loss. And it's tragic to us in that moment, you know, certain relationships, certain circumstances that just fall away unexpectedly. It shocks us, but as you move further down the path and you heal and you balance the Zen, you're going to realize that it was divine intervention, some things that had to fall away, and it was truly heaven sent. Okay, so that is all I'm going to say about the letters. Again, any other words you're seeing, that's definitely a deeper message just for you from Spirit. It's driving me crazy. I didn't realize it was glaring so bad. There you guys go. Okay, so let's pull you some charms. Ooh, we got a lot going on here. Nice. You've got the elephant, so you definitely have a soul tribe here that you will align to, okay? And so the charms that I'm pulling out, or even some of the words that came through, moving forward from this reading, Spirit's going to start using that to speak to you, to give you confirmation, to give you that synchronicity that you need. And some of the words and charms that are coming out are already significant to you. But for all of you moving forward, what comes out, Spirit's going to start using these different, you know, animals and objects and things to speak to you. Next is the wheel, which belongs to a ship. And this is, you know, all about you needing to grab the will of your life and, you know, realize that you are so much more in control than you think you are. And look at, we've got the snowflake, and this goes back to you being unique and cut from a different cloth. Embrace your individuality. And here's the tree of life. Okay, you've got the tree of life. We're going to put this right next to the elephant, because I know that you are all part of a soul tribe, and you'll find that this life journey, and those of you with these gifts that are supposed to be out in the spotlight, in the public eye, you've got to steer yourself to get there. You've got to take all the actions to get there. And now we have Mother Mary, and that's that strong spirit around you projecting as Mother Mary through the charm to let you know how protected and loved you truly are, and never ever feel that you are alone. And there's a lot of charms. Oh, and look at, we got a life raft. All right. So you have this, which is the wheel of a ship, and then you have a life raft, which is also attached to a ship. And this is Spirit saying, you know, anytime that you feel like all is lost or there's no hope, a life raft is always right there. You are a great big ship. You just need to sail in the direction you choose, and know that help will always be on the way for you, somehow, some way, maybe in very unexpected ways. Okay, so now we have Venus coming in, or feminine energy, and this is going back to really taking care of yourself and being gentle with yourself and asking every part of yourself what it needs and giving that to yourself, okay? And also, with this Venus going back to the soul tribe, there is a lot of love for you, all right? You will experience a lot of love and closeness. And now we have the cross, and this is a acknowledgement of a lot of different sacrifices that you've had to make, a lot of different losses that you've had. And Spirit is saying, there will come a point where they feel heaven sent, and the cross, heaven, Jesus, it will feel heaven sent. You'll feel like what has rejected you was truly divine protection and redirection. And now we've got Virgo energy. Some of you could be a Virgo, and this says practical. So what I get with this is you guys are being way too practical, and you're not believing in the magic of the universe, the magic and power of you. And last, we have the sea turtle and a seashell. That's water energy, and that's water is all about healing and cleansing, right? So it's time to face the wounds within and work on healing and cleansing them as best you can, because that's how you direct your ship. That's what you need right now, and you are meant for success. Spirit has confirmed that and has been trying to confirm that for you. And so moving forward, trees, turtles, elephants, snowflakes, Mother Mary, life rafts, Venus, crosses, and seashells are ways in which Spirit is going to speak to you. And if you feel very stumped and confused at the time you receive that, sign, do a Google search for the deeper spiritual meaning of the turtle, of the tree of life, of the snowflake, of Mother Mary, of a seashell, because those are the images Spirit's going to use. And Spirit gave you guys a lot of different images. And if you think back in recent memory, some of these things have already been showing up for you, and you may just have not given it much attention, but now you're going to give it more attention since Spirit has brought it to the forefront. Like Spirit's been trying to tell you something. So even though I gave you a message for each charm, do not discount your own personal attachment to that charm or the message you were getting from Spirit as you were looking at it. Same with the words, okay? So let's pull some cards. I just saw a nest down here. Some of you, there is a beautiful home that you will own one day. And also back to that soul tribe, you are going to be surrounded by people who truly love you. Okay, that is part of your destiny for this life. We have the cloud, butterfly, lizard, flag, and the lily. Okay. So again, each one of these things can mean something to you personally already, and that's a confirmation all on its own from Spirit, but there is also more messages to come from each of these. So really here with the cloud, you do feel lost, and we got that down here in the words. Like, you definitely do feel lost, but you are going to transform. You are meant to be like out in the spotlight. You have some beautiful gift, and you are made differently for a purpose. And the more you embrace that and own who you are, and don't give two F's about what anybody has to say, think, or feel about you living your best life, as long as you're not harming yourself or anybody else, there's nothing wrong with you living your best life. Truly, there's not. And that's what you are transforming into, is really embracing the light of you and no longer holding it back. And your energy, your inner zen, very important. Spirit brought that up as well. You always feeling balanced inside. The lizard, You don't need to, try to blend in anymore, and not shine. But also the lizard goes back to that Mother Mary, where you have a very special, powerful spirit that is with you, that watches over you. There is something different about your energy, and I cannot like put my finger on it. Like, it's evading me. I feel it, but I can't quite explain it. I'm going to just keep going with the reading, and maybe something will come to me along the way. But there is something very different, unique, special about you. And that's coming in strong, like Spirit is saying, yes, yes, yes. I've been trying to tell you this. Yes, yes, yes. And you will find your kind. You will find people who get you, who understand you, who are a very similar energy. They are your soul tribe. They will be loyal to you with that flag. All right. They will, it's like you'll feel like they're your brothers and sisters, even though you guys are not from the same mother and father. Okay, that's how deep these connections are going to go for you. And with the lily, that's purity, that's positivity, that's increase of like a life source energy coming to you. So there is the clouds, the tears, the sadness, that's going away. You are coming into so much success, so much happiness, but also remember, you've got to listen to yourself better and ask your spirit what it needs, your body, and really respond accordingly so that you can be running at full capacity. And the writing or the singing and expression is also a very strong message, and that you aren't going to be alone. And this lifeline with the Mother Mary and the lizard, I feel it's not to say bad things never play out in your life or bad things have never happened to you, but there are some things that will never happen to you because you have this spirit guide, this strong spirit guide. And also when you fall, this guide cushions your fall more than you realize. All right, let's pull some tarot. Oh, and clouds, butterflies, lizards, flags, and lilies are added to all these charms in the ways in which Spirit will speak to you. All right, so we have the Six of Wands, the Death card, Two of Wands, Hanged Man, and Six of Pentacles. All right, so with the cross and the Hanged Man, there's definitely been some element of sacrifice that you've had to go through along your journey here, and you are still in a bit of confusion about that. But Spirit is saying there's going to come a point where you're going to realize the divine intervention of this powerful guide in your life, and what has fallen away truly would not have served you in the long term. But here we are with the Six of Wands. Yes, you are going to have major success and victory in your life. You are destined for that. But we have the Death sitting under the butterfly, which means this is some major turning point in your life, major transformation. It could be like rags to riches type of story going on. We do have that Virgo energy coming through where, some of you could be Virgos, but also I do feel some of you are Aries. Okay. And I know being general, all signs are watching, but this Aries energy just keeps jumping out at me a lot throughout this whole reading. So if you're an Aries, Spirit is saying yes, 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 yes. Listen to your heart here. It's time for some sort of change and transformation, and you'll always kind of feel stuck until this happens, this takes place, because you're meant for bigger and better. You're meant for greater things, going from one world to the next. And then here, there's a beautiful flow of energy for you financially, emotionally, like everything you need, very balanced out in your life. So you have a Six of Wands and you have a Six of Pentacles, and what sits by the side of each of them is a major arcana, and then in between them is the Two of Wands. So that is quite symbolic and synchronistic. There is success coming after major transformation, okay? And you go from this old you into this new version of you where you have all the wisdom that you need, and it's no longer about sacrifice. It's about balance and harmony and what's right for you in your life. And then here we are, you know, dreams happening, energy returning, money coming in, abundance coming in, feeling like you are a part of something that you truly, truly belong to. All right, lots of success is meant for you guys with that felt attracted to this second feather. And I just saw a pest here. You know, anybody who triggers you and really just gets under your skin, they will be there until you receive the lesson in which they're trying to bring to you. And I used to work with this girl. Oh gosh, she was the most awful person I have ever met personally. I know there's way more awful people than her in this world, but she was up close and personal, and she was just a raunchy individual, like just miserable and hateful towards everybody for no reason. And we even tried to, you know, give her love and acceptance, and nope, she stabbed us all in the back. And you know, I spent a lot of time being frustrated, a lot of mental energy, like trying to analyze and figure her out, and like, why is she so nasty? And goodness, why is this happening to me? I'm not this awful to anybody else. Like, what's going on here? And it took a at least about a year, I would say. And then one day it finally just dawned on me, like clear as day. I had some hatred in my heart for somebody in my past that really shattered my world and screwed me over and betrayed me. And though I wasn't acting on it, I sought no revenge. I wasn't saying or doing mean things to this person. There was a lot of unresolved negative energy in my heart space for them. And when I made that connection and then made the decision to really start trying to heal that and forgive for whatever that meant at that time, that girl all of a sudden decided that she was going to put in her notice and not work there anymore. But also a really good, new, amazing job showed up on my horizon, and I was actually able to move on and leave all of that behind before she ever started her new job. And it's because I received the lesson finally of what her energy was meant to teach me. And so anybody who's really getting under your skin or triggering you or frustrating you, try to pull your energy back and look from a completely different perception. You don't have to be a bad, mean, negative, nasty, evil person for, you know, those things to happen in your life. But what do you harbor in your heart? Is there unhealed emotional baggage and trauma that makes you feel angry and disempowered? If that's the case, it's time to focus on that and really work on healing and forgiving, because you coming into a place of Zen, that's when you just take off and there's no stopping you. Here you are out in the spotlight, you know, leading a crowd, people loving you, people adoring you, whatever gift it is that you are sharing with everybody, and you're receiving a lot back in return as well financially for whatever this is. So you are blessed, you are special, you are cut from a different cloth, you have a beautiful destiny, and Spirit wants you to know that. And all these different objects and animals that have come through in your reading moving forward, Spirit is going to use these to give you signs, to give you synchronicity about your path forward, all right? So those are your messages. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Hello, feather number 3. I'm going to pull some letters to see what words the Spirit's going to bring forth, and I'm going to pull some charms, and then I'm going to pull some cards. And these are going to be all the signs and messages that Spirit's been trying to give you to answer your questions and to give you guidance, but you've been overlooking them or you dismiss them, okay? So let's get started. Okay, so we have a Y, a W, okay, and then these two came together. Let's see, Y, W, so we have Y, W, E, and B. So right away, your first word out is web, and that is so synchronistic. That is talking about how all things are connected, and that is a big message that Spirit has been trying to give you, is take a deeper look. See how all things are connected, and then the whole picture will come into view for you. So it's all about the web, and some of you, like a spider or spider's web, might be very special and symbolic to you, and Spirit is acknowledging that as well. And so the connection of all things, and this is like action, word, deed, and emotion and thought, like energy and motion. Spirit wants you to notice that, like energy and motion, as well as how every single human being is connected energetically at the spirit, regardless of the personality that animates them and directs their, decisions and actions and things like that. Underneath it all, we are all of the same spirit. We are all the same soul. And there is something about like you coming into that deeper recognition of the interconnectedness of all humans, as well as seeing like energy in motion is gonna just bring so much into clarity for you. It's like gonna be one of those moments where you're like, oh my God, I see it. It all makes sense to me right now. Yes, yes. So let's pull some more letters and see what else Spirit would like to add to this. Oh, I see this. Why did we have to say goodbye? So some of you have been really wondering why something had to end in your life, whether a relationship or a job or just a certain situation like that you didn't want to go away. You've been like, why? Like, why did we have to say goodbye? Why did it have to end? And that's going back into seeing how all things are connected. And also, as you see things connected in energy and motion, it's going to give you clarity about the past and why things happen, but also open you up to understand the future and what's to come for you. All right. Okay, so we have L, X, N, and E. Okay, so I was wondering, I do see this by X. So some of you, this is definitely question of the past of, and again, an ex can be an ex-friend, an ex-romance, it's truly different for all of you, right? And I'm just trying to make so it doesn't glare and you can see all the letters. Okay. So in the past, we had to say goodbye to something, and you've really struggled to understand this or to like let this go. It felt very unfair. It felt like an injustice, but now like Spirit's been trying to tell you it's time to leave the past in the past. It's time to let the ex go, whether it's an ex romance, it's an ex friend, it's an ex job, it's an ex dream. Like let it go, because it's time to say goodbye to the ex so that the new can come in. Okay? It's time for the new to come in. And maybe that's what you've been asking Spirit, like, do I keep holding on, or do I walk away? Do I move forward? You know, what do I do here? And Spirit's like, yes, say goodbye to the past and start embracing the new. It's definitely time for the new. And I am seeing a name here of Ben. Okay, and we could also have a Lynn here. So Ben or Lynn, that could be talking about the person, or that could be your name. And that would be Spirit giving you an extra super strong confirmation, okay? But, you know, what has been, it's in the past. And it's time for the new. It's definitely time for new experiences, new energy, new relationships that are going to be so much better. Okay, so I know, like, when something of the past ends, we get very attached to that and we wish it is still with us and it was the best thing ever, and we don't imagine that there's any possible way that, you know, what's to come in the future that's all brand new could be as good as what was lost in the past. And Spirit is saying, what has been, don't worry about that. What's to come is really good for you. All right. And also, WY, we've got maybe something to do with Wyoming. You know, some of you, that is a synchronicity from Spirit, is the word Wyoming, or the state Wyoming, I should say. And then we have the two E's here. So E's are significant, but, you know, if you say ease, that is like ease. It's time to come into a place of ease energetically and let the past be the past and open yourself up and embrace the future, because there's a lot of new energy, a lot of wonderful things that Spirit is trying to bring in for you. All right. And also, I'm going to move on to the charms, but, you know, there's other words that you see that I haven't seen, or I haven't commented on, like bee. It's time to be busy like a bee, but work towards yourself, and doing that busy work for yourself is really healing and releasing the past so you can let all this beautiful new energy in. And that's why Spirit had me do that. Some of you Wyoming, some of you New York is significant. Okay, so any other abbreviation that you see going on here, any other word, any other name, go with that. That is a special message from Spirit to you. This is a general reading, so, you know, you all are going to resonate and relate to what I'm saying differently, but do not discount what you see or what you are feeling from these words as well. All right, let's pull some charms and see what else Spirit would like to add. All right, so look at this. We've got two hearts, and we got a heart with a peace symbol. So it's time to allow your heart to come to a place of peace, okay? Because there's new energy coming in. And right now you have a lopsided heart because of what was lost in the past. But Spirit is assuring you there is new energy, there's new coming in. And that's like the main message Spirit's been trying to get through. And what do we have here? Okay, so we have an elephant, and also the you know, pentacle or pentagram, which this is to me talking about your soul wisdom. You have so much magic inside of you, and it's time to tap into that, like, deeply. All right, you, with this, where Spirit first talked about the web and how all things are connected, and then energy in motion and action, that's coming into that space. Like, there's this part of you that's going to activate, and you really are going to start moving forward through a different perspective about yourself, about life, and what each relationship means to you, and each situation and circumstance and challenge. It's all going to change meaning. Like, you're having this beautiful spiritual awakening and tapping in much deeper to your soul wisdom. But also with this pentacle coming through, there is there's going to be an increase of money for some of you, and that's something you've been asking Spirit. And now we have this dragonfly, which is all about good luck being on your side. And oh, look at that. We've got the horseshoe. So yes, you've got a lot of, or I'm sorry, the wishbone. Well, horseshoe's good luck too, though, right? But you've got the wishbone. Wishes are going to come true for you. And you've got a lot of good luck. And then what do we have here? All right. We have a religious figure, which means there's a lot of spiritual energy around you at this time. So think of recent memory, and has Spirit been talking to you through imagery of hearts, elephants, pentacles, dragonfly, wishbones, or religious imagery? Because going forward, after watching this reading, Spirit is going to for sure start speaking to you through these different objects and symbols. But for all of you, Spirit has been trying to speak to you through these in the past, and that's why seeing them now in the reading might make, you know, something in your mind go ding, 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 because these are, you know, different signs, and they each represent a different energy. So as these show up for you, you know, along your journey, and I'm going to scoot them over so you can see them all. I didn't realize you couldn't see them all. As these show up for you along your journey, if you're confused as to what it means, you know, a heart keeps popping up and you're like, well, I don't really know. Look for the deeper spiritual meaning. Like, do a Google search on the deeper spiritual meaning of a heart, of an elephant, pentacle, dragonfly, wishbone, you know, different religious figures and imagery, because Spirit is speaking to you through these things. And I'm just giving you a very generalized reading based off of these energies, but this all goes so much deeper for each of you. And I know that because of that web energy that Spirit talked about at the very beginning, is seeing the connection in all things. So let's pull you some cards and see what comes out there. All right, so we have a bench, the grapes, fish, butterfly, and the hammer. Okay, so with the fish and the grapes, that is good news. That is abundance, and we see that through the pentacle. All right, with this bench, it's time to sit and rest and contemplate a while, and that's, you know, the web, seeing how all things are connected. And in that space, the realization you come into, it puts you in a place of empowerment that you didn't feel previously. And it's leading you here to a lot of abundance and luxury and satisfaction and happiness. Also, like, pay more attention to your intuition and slow down, because Spirit has been really speaking to you, but I just think you really discount it and push it off. All right. And here, ask for the same sign times 3, and Spirit will bring it. So if, like, you know, you see some grapes and you're like, well, does that mean anything? You say, Spirit, bring me the grapes times 3, and you'll get 2 or 3 more sightings of the grapes. All right, because just like the charms, Spirit is going to also use grapes, fish, and the butterfly. And I also feel this hammer as symbolism for you, to guide you further, to answer questions for you. And here it is. It's time for transformation, to say goodbye to the past, to let the past go, and start building new, the new future, letting the new energy come in. If this is a romance of the past, like, there is new love that's meant for you. With the 2 hearts, it's like you might kind of just just casually date, but then there's going to come somebody that you are going to fall in love with again. All right. So, those of you that, this is about an ex, Spirit is saying it's time to let that go and let the new energy in and start building with that new energy. And again, a lot of abundance and luxury and prosperity coming in. And you don't just have that with the grapes and the fish. You have that with the pentacle, the dragonfly, and the wishbone down here. What is your greatest wish? And your wish cannot impact anybody else's free will. So for just you, just yourself, that has nothing to do with anybody specific in your head, what is your greatest wish? Spirit is saying you can make that manifest for yourself. It's time for a change of energy. Sit down for a minute, slow down, quiet your mind, and see how all things are connected in your world. And I'm telling you, the answers will make themselves so clear, and what needs to be let go of the past is going to become much easier for you. All right, let's pull some tarot. Oh my gosh, Spirit just showed me this. Hold on. Look at this. So LX, let the X go. Be new. Be new. And you got the hammer right there, which is all about building with new energy. Be new. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay. We have the Six of Pentacles. Yes, money and abundance coming in. Next is the Queen of Cups. New love, new friendship. The Palace of Wands. This is a deep healing of the soul. Next is the Queen of Swords. Some of you, there is a new best friend coming into your life. And now the Knight of Swords. Okay. So this right here is healing our energy of the past. Is going to allow a major shift in our mental body, which is going to allow us to finally move forward. It's like you've been really immersed in the emotions around things, and if you just kind of stop and quiet your mind, your energy is going to elevate, and you're going to be able to detach from the emotions of things and see things from a higher perspective without the emotional interference, which is going to bring you to different conclusions and what you should do, which action you should take next, and what your movement forward should be. So for you guys, Spirit's been saying, like, the main message is it's time to really let go of the past. And, one thing I do want to say is if you are somebody who watches like a lot of different tarot readings, this is a trap that you can fall into, and this is just, you don't even have to watch a lot of different tarot readings. This could even be going to just a reader. Sometimes when our desire for something is so strong, and in this case it's like whatever of the past is gone and over with, like when our desire is so strong for that to return, we're going to project that strongly in our current present reality, which may lead you to different readings that say, yes, you should wait. Yes, the past is going to come back. Yes, you're going to work it out. Or you could get a reading with somebody who says, yes, these things are going to come to pass, because that is so strong as a projection in your energy field. And so the reason why Spirit's having me bring this up is if you sit down and really quiet yourself and go within and see how everything is connected, you're not going to want to hang on to the past anymore. It's like, it's really time for you to go into the new. But I feel like you are watching a lot of readings that are like the past, the past, the past, the past. And that's nothing that's ever come through when I'm doing a reading. But Spirit is saying, like, you've got to sit down and calm your energy and detach from the emotion and see what comes to you. Because in that space of ultimate clarity, I just don't think you're going to want the past back anymore. You're going to see things about it that you really haven't, maybe you've glossed over, or you just didn't notice until this moment when you sit down and you quiet your energy. But it's like, be anew. Let the past go. It's time for transformation. And in all this new energy, there is money for you. There is abundance. There is a lot of good luck coming your way. And here with the Palace of Wands, this is like your soul fully expanding outward, where you may have felt quite small for a while because of whatever was lost here in the past. And now it's like you are coming fully back to life. Your hurt emotions, your emotional trauma is going to be healed. You're going to have a different insight and perception. Your intuition, I feel, has been kind of telling you the whole time, like, we got to move forward, we got to move forward. But what other people tell you, or like other readings, has been like kind of keeping you looking back at the past. And I mean, Spirit spelled it out here. So this is just a general read. You know, you've truly got to do what you feel is right for you. And if that means, you know, waiting on the past, then do that. You've got to do what feels right for you. This is just a general reading, and I'm bringing forth the messages that I'm seeing from Spirit. All right. And it was interesting that Spirit brought that up, considering I put readings on YouTube, and of course I want you to watch them. But some of you, I feel, kind of need to take a break and pull your energy back and see what your own heart and soul is telling you about your life and the direction that you need to take. And Spirit is going to start showing you hearts and elephants and pentacles and dragonflies and wishbones, grapes, fish, butterflies, and this, the hammer. That is very, very significant. If the word hammer starts coming around just out of nowhere, or you're seeing nails and hammers, that is a very, very strong message from Spirit that it's time to start building with new energy, new intention, new dreams, new goals, because you have so much success that is meant to come to you and happen for you. All right, so those are your messages. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care.